You heard Ron Roberts talk about how it'll be another nice night of high school football. I don't think a lot of stands will be selling hot chocolate tonight. Just taking a wild guess on that. Hot chocolate sales have taken a hit during this high school football season. And joining us to talk about hits on the field and offense and all that kind of good stuff, Stephen Orr, West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show.
Chad, good morning. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing very well, and you're right. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening for football. And really some good games going on. It's going to be an exciting time as we wrap up the season for some teams tonight with their open next week, and then next week being the last week of the regular season. And I can't believe how quickly it's gone by.
Yeah, it's gone by real fast, and we still have a number of teams that are really playing for something, right?
Absolutely, and that starts with the Friendship Tigers taking on Midland Lee down in Midland tonight. Friendship sitting at 2-3 in the district race. Midland Lee is at 2-2, coming off the bye week last week, and they've got Friendship this week and Odessa Permian next week. And this is going to play. Friendship needs to win this ball game to keep their name in the playoff hunt. When you look at comparable opponents, San Angelo Central, who's leading the district right now, Midland Lee played them to a 14-point game. Friendship got blown out 63-21. I don't know that tells you very much because in high school, when momentum gets going, a game can get out of hand. But it should be two evenly matched teams. But Friendship really needs to get the win there to pull that off. And you've also got a big game in 6-2A, not really the Lubbock area, but San Angelo Central taking on Midland High School. Both of those teams 4-0, and after tonight we'll have a clear leader in District 6-2A with either the San Angelo Central Bobcats or the Midland Bulldogs.
That's some good teams.
So that's a big game as well when we look at that district. Amarillo Tascosa, the other team that's in the top four right now, and they have the bye week this week before they play San Angelo Central next week, and so they need that open week there. But that district should shape up. We should know a lot more after tonight, but really a couple of good games there. We drop down into 5-4A. Abilene Cooper leads that district with 3-0. Then you've got Lubbock Cooper at 2-1. I'm sorry, and Lubbock Coronado at 2-1, and then Lubbock Monterey at 1-2. And you've got Lubbock Cooper and Monterey facing off tonight. Monterey rebounds last week over San Angelo Lakeview and gets the shutout win, 53-0. Lubbock Cooper took care of Lubbock Coronado 34-27, handing Coronado their first loss of the year in that one. So big ball games tonight between Cooper and Monterey, and then Lubbock Coronado needs to take care of their business against the Lubbock High team that got their first district win in the last 11 games against San Angelo Lakeview a couple of weeks ago. But Lubbock High School has played better football. They've been more competitive, and so it's not a team that Coronado can go to sleep on. I don't think they will, especially coming off a loss, but that's a big game in that district as well. And then you've got Abilene Cooper taking on San Angelo Lakeview, so your district leader there should be 4-0 at the end of tonight if everything goes like it looks on paper, but of course that's why we play the games.
That's right. You never know.
You never know. Drop down into Class 4A, District 1, Division 1, and Levelland Lobos, congratulations to them. Last night they won their first district championship in 28 years. So
really?
I was in college. The last time the Lobos won a championship. They beat Pampa last night, 47-14. They have an open date next week, so they're done with their season. Now, everybody in this district goes to the playoffs, and that's a soapbox we'll leave under the desk. But anyway,
is that for next week?
We'll save that for next week.
Okay, that's next week.
Congratulations to Levelland on the win there, and then Lubbock Estacado taking on Borger High tonight. Borger comes into the game at 1-6, 0-2 in district. Estacado's 6-3, 1-1 in district play, and I think they have a good chance here to improve their seeding with a win tonight. But again, all of these teams in this district, this is their last game of the regular season, so they all have the bye week next week before going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but Borger will make the playoffs at either 1-7 or 2-6.
Well, that's good for them.
Yeah, but anyway. So now moving down to Class 4A District 2, or District 1 Division 2, and you've got Brownfield, Dalhart, Bushland, Denver City, and Perryton. The surprise last week for me was Dalhart knocking off Denver City. I didn't see that one coming. I thought Denver City would win that ball game. Brownfield takes on Dalhart tonight. They're 0-2 in District, 1-7 overall, and I mean this season they have been the surprise for me. The other side of the coin, I really thought Brownfield was going to be much more competitive to that. Denver City has the pleasure of hosting the Bushland Falcons, who are playing really good football right now. Perryton, your district champion or district leaders at 3-0 in district, they have the open week and they'll take on Dalhart next week. So Perryton probably going to end up being your district champion out of that district. But anyway, the big game there probably Bushland taking on Denver City, and I think Bushland has a slight edge in that ball game. Drop down into Class 3A, District 1, Division 1, and this is one of the bigger games on the board as far as just history. Muleshoe hosting Levelland, and Muleshoe is sitting at 5-3, 2-1 in district play. Littlefield is at 5-3. They're 3-0 in district play, and this is a rivalry game. It's the Battle of '84. They go and they have a long history. Littlefield plays that really tough, drive it right down your throat football. Muleshoe more of a reputation for being that fast-paced, hurry-up, no-huddle type offense, and they can really fling the ball around. So a contrast in styles, but two teams that are very good. Littlefield wanting to stay at 3-0 because if they can win this ball game tonight, advance to 4-0 in district play, they will close out their season against Amarillo River Road, who's right now sitting at 5-3, 3-0, and they take on a 1-7 Slayton Tigers team. So I anticipate River Road coming out of tonight with the perfect district record. If Littlefield can do the same, then they will battle it out next week for an outright district championship, and those are always fun. You've got Shallow Water sitting at 1-2 in district play. They have Freona tonight. Freona yet to win a district ball game. That should be a pretty good ball game there. And Shallow Water just wanting to build some momentum coming off that win last week. Or 2 weeks ago against Slayton, they lost to River Road last week. They need these next two wins. They need to win the last 2 weeks, and that has set up a really big game between Shallow Water and Muleshoe next week. But I think Shallow Water has the slight edge over Freona. And then again, we mentioned earlier that Slayton taking on Amarillo River Road, and Slayton is going to have to play the ball game of the year, I think, to get that one done. Drop down into 3A District 2 Division 2, and the Idlewild Wildcats sit at 6-3, 3-0 in district play. They've got Lubbock, Roosevelt, and Stanton to finish out the season. Those two have a combined record of 3-12, so I think things look really good for Idlewild to finish up. I'm sorry, they beat Lubbock Roosevelt last week. They've got an 0-7 Stanton team tonight, and they're open next week. I misread my schedule there. So Idlewild is in great shape to win that district outright. Lubbock Roosevelt will take on Colorado City in Colorado City tonight, or at home tonight, and then they travel to Tacoma next week to try to get a couple of wins and get to 3-1 in district play. Stanton again at 0-2. And I think they'll fall to 0-3 as well. So Idlewild sitting pretty there. Lubbock Roosevelt still a good chance to get in the playoffs because there's only 5 teams in that district. But they should come in maybe at the number 2 seed there. We drop down into the 2A District 1, Division 1 District 2. I'm sorry. A big ball game tonight has Abernathy sitting at 6-2, 0-3 in district play, taking on undefeated New Deal. And New Deal has been really impressive. So you look at what Abernathy's done. They struggled early, and that's because they haven't had a freshman quarterback in there. They lost 2 of their first 3 games, but since then they have been really impressive, and they're averaging right at 40 points a game since their open date back in September. And I think they're going to give their very big physical team. New Deal is lightning quick like they always are, but this could be a really good ball game. I think one of the best ball games in the area. Then you've got Floydada, 0-3 in district play, traveling to Sundown. Sundown is at 2-1, and Sundown wants to make sure that they cement their spot in the playoffs, and they can do that with a win over the 4 wins tonight. And then Health Center and Olton facing off. Health Center at 1-2 on the year, and they did give New Deal a scare for a while last week until that game broke open late, and I think they stand a really good chance as they go tonight against Olton in that ball game. Then we drop down into District 2, Division 2, the Clarendon Broncos have locked up that district. They're 8-0 on the season, 3-0 in district play, and they play Memphis tonight, and then they'll have Wellington next week. Local teams that we're looking at, Rawls takes on Lockney tonight. This is a battle of a 2-6 team versus 2-6 teams. Both of them 0-3 in district play, looking for that first district win. And both of these teams have really struggled to put points on the board. And so that will be interesting. Whoever's offense clicks best in that game early, I think they come away with the win in that one.
Stephen, what is one or two of the big games that people just have to go and see if they're looking to head out this evening and watch a little football?
I absolutely want to go see New Deal take on Abernathy. I think that's going to be a fantastic ball game. And also just because of the history and because of the quality of the teams, I think Littlefield and Muleshoe will be an outstanding game as well.
All right. Stephen Orr, West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show. We'll visit next week, and you'll get on your soapbox, right?
I'm going to leave it under the desk till then, Chad, but thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Hey, have a great day.
You too. That's Stephen Orr, West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show, which you'll be able to hear right here on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. This evening until, 10 to midnight, basically, this evening, you'll be able to hear that. And then when you're driving around all of Lubbock, West Texas, if you're just driving around tonight, got some place to go, you can also pick it up on the Radio Pup app as well.